someone has put their cat into a cat cage and thrown it into Bondi, so into the water.
Water tonight would have been quite cold, so the problem that we've got right now is the fact that we're battling hypothermia. We need to get direct access into its circulation to deliver some drugs, because right now shock could kill this cat.
This cat's actually been in the water and been in deep, which is remarkable. And as a result, it's at risk of not only drowning in that fluid, but also getting an infection, getting a pneumonia, which can kill it.
Apparently someone has put their cat into a cat cage and thrown it into Bondi, so into the water. Someone's pulled the cat out, police have taken it to the clinic. They're waiting there now, they need to talk to me, but we need to sort this cat out.
It was completely drenched from head to toe, and its mucous membranes, so like under its lip, is bright blue. So we put it straight on oxygen, and relatively quickly it changed to a sort of pinky colour, which is good. So.
Hello, how you going?
This cat had no chance if the people that were standing there didn't intervene and actually rescue the cat.
Water tonight would have been quite cold, so the problem that we've got right now is the fact that we're battling hypothermia and just getting its temperature. We're now on 32.7, 32.8 degrees, when normal is around 38 to 39 degrees, so we're dramatically low, and that's the biggest issue.
We need to get direct access into its circulation to deliver some drugs, because right now shock could kill this cat. It's strange just to keep on calling it a cat, but we still don't have a name for it.
The information we received was that we'd arrested one person. The person that was arrested had indicated that it was her animal, was her cat, and that she was taking it down to safe and water it.
So it sounds like it's a deliberate act. Yeah, okay. So heart rate's around 150 to 160, so it's high, which is a sign of stress. This cat's actually been in the water and been in deep, which is remarkable. Cat carriers are meant to keep cats inside them. They don't allow escape, and this cat had no chance if the people that were standing there didn't intervene and actually rescue the cat. We've got three main concerns. Certainly hypothermia is a big one, and that's shown by the low temperature we're getting here right now. Shock can kill cats. You can't blame this cat for going through a lot of shock after what it's been through tonight. But probably the biggest issue right now, and also in the next few days, is going to be aspiration pneumonia. It's taken on a lot of seawater into its lungs. That seawater isn't clean water. It does have bacteria in it, and as a result, it's at risk of not only drowning in that fluid, but also getting an infection, getting a pneumonia, which can kill it. All right, so nice and warm. So let's go here. We've got a heat pad underneath here with a towel covering it up. We're just trying to create a real zone of heat around the cat, from underneath, from the sides, and then we put a towel over the top just to try and wrap in that heat. What I'm looking for though is these pupils that were very dilated before. We're trying to get a gradual decrease in their width. And you see they're tracking, they're looking at me now, which is good. The hope is that over time it actually becomes a bit more aware of its surroundings. So this is what's called a broad spectrum antibiotic. We're going to give this subcutaneously underneath the skin. It's going to go into the system and try to kill off any bacteria that might have got into the lungs via that seawater. Seawater isn't clean, it has a lot of bugs in it, and that seawater is currently sitting in the lungs. Now that's a perfect environment for bacteria to breed. It'd just be tragic if then in a day's time it actually died from pneumonia, so this injection's all about preventing that. The cat's been here for at least a couple of hours now. The one thing I want to do now is actually give it a diuretic, which is going to take the remaining fluid off its lungs. Its lungs sound better, but there is still fluid there. Now, I've been very gentle so far not to affect its blood pressure. This diuretic will take away the extra fluid sitting in its lungs and hopefully mean that it can get through the night without any further respiratory distress. It's obviously a massive cliche, but the cat certainly used up one of its lives tonight, if not 5, 6, 7 or 8. It's amazing it's here with us, it's amazing it's doing well, but still, it's not out of the woods. Composo. big worry here is we actually stress him out even more, but hopefully if we can just keep handling to a minimum, he won't mind what we're doing and we can get away with this picture. X-ray. Right now I'd say around 60 to 70% of his lung is actually functioning. All this area through the middle here and also in the centre of the lung here isn't working because it's jam-packed with the salt water, with that seawater. If he was under for any longer, and it may just be a matter of seconds, probably one more breath, one more intake of that salt water would have filled up this area of lung with seawater and he'd be dead right now. We put the cat in what's called sternal recumbency, which is with it sitting on its chest, and you can see it is a bit more alert. We're seeing a narrowing in those pupils too. They're not those big wide black moons that we saw before. They're narrowed right up, and I mean he's quite confused about what's going on right now, but the good thing is that we're certainly more bright and alert. He's having a real hard time breathing. He was having a harder time before. He's gradually improving, but it must just be an awful feeling to not be able to get that air in. It'd be similar to an asthma attack, only you've got the extra effect of the fluid in there gurgling away. Add to that the stress of what he's been through, and he's had one hell of a night. So our temperature's been slowly increasing, which is a good thing. Now, I just want to get another check and just hope that trend's continued. Even just that tail movement's a good thing. It's just showing that he's aware, he knows what he's doing, and it's almost a playful tail in a way, which is nice. And on the upside as well, we've got a temperature of 34.4, so we're just 3 and a bit degrees away from being a normal temperature. So that's come up from the low 32s. So that's a big increase in this time. So that's a good sign. It's a really good sign. I have in my mind the position I'd like him to be in, which is sitting on his chest, but in these sort of circumstances, he's in charge. He really is, because he knows what body position he should be in to allow the lung that he's working to function at its best. And that's why he's contorted himself into this very strange position now, because that's what works for him. He feels as though he's getting the air in very effectively, he's sucking the air in beautifully, it's oxygenating his blood, and he's happy. And so far be it from me to try and interfere in what he believes is best.
Police were alerted to a woman standing at the edge of the ocean pool at Bondi Beach last night by a concerned member of the public. While the man was trying to help the woman, she threw a cage into the water. The man went to retrieve it before noticing there was a cat inside.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Morning.
Hello.
How you going?
Good.
Hello. He looks good.
Yeah.
How's he been during the night?
Well, he's getting a little bit feisty. He seems to be a lot better, I suppose, yeah, because he hissed when I was trying to take his temperature. So I guess that does mean that he's slightly better.
I'd normally say bad cat, but just this once, I'll let him get away with it. That's good. That's actually good that he's showing a bit of life and a bit of passion. Remember last night his pupils wouldn't constrict. He had those very wide pupils, but there you can see they're responding to light and narrowing up quite nicely. What you're seeing there is the fact that the pathways between the eye and the brain and then back again are working very well, which is one of the indicators that there hasn't been brain damage. And that'd be one of the big risks with what he's been through, is the fact that being deprived of oxygen like he was, that he could have actually had some brain damage. So last night we had those very loud crackly sounds in his lungs, but now I'm just hearing the very pleasant sound of just air rushing in, air rushing out, with none of that awful distortion and sound that we had last night. In terms of the next 24 hours for him, I'm just looking for an improvement in his breathing, really, and try and take up any remaining water that's still in his lungs. His temperature's got to stay in the normal range. The concern is that if it actually spikes and goes high, then that's an indicator he might have pneumonia, and that's his biggest issue for the next few days, is beating any potential infection that could take hold in his lungs. So, I guess even though it doesn't look as though he's repaying what we've done for him in the last 12 hours, I don't mind seeing that. It's showing that he's got some life. And personality is often the last thing to come back when they've been sick. They're putting all their energy into rebuilding their body organs and their energy levels. So once he starts to show a bit of spirit, you know, I'll cop a nail or two if it means that he's going to recover. Okay, mate, I'll see you later. You just sleep. See you, mate. How's it going, Sarah?
he seems okay. He's not very happy being here, but it's to be expected, I think.
Has he eaten?
A little bit. He has eaten a little bit.
Not eating normally makes me a bit feisty, so
Yeah.
hopefully that's all it is. Let's see if we can get a bit of a listen to his chest. His lungs sounds, they're okay.
Are they clear?
Yeah, they're pretty clear. I wouldn't say they're perfect yet, and you can see that by the fact that his respiratory rate's still a little bit high.
Still really nervous, yeah.
Standoffish sort of body
Yeah.
posture, doesn't it?
Maybe the chicken will do it.
He's licking his lips at least.
Yeah.
It's hot chicken too. Let's not underestimate
Yeah.
the effort that we've gone to here. It's the real deal, man. It's it's not quite al fresco dining, but it's dining with a view. You ever heard of anything like this before?
No, nothing like this. It's quite horrifying, actually.
It's it's going to take time, and you can see why.
You poor thing. You're so pretty.
Yeah, he's a nice
What a
cat.
beautiful face.
Big fat face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he first came in, understandably, he was absolutely beside himself. He was very scared. He didn't trust any people. We couldn't get near him, in fact.
Okay.
There we go. Good grabbing.
Off we go.
It's just a horrible thing to think of, that someone actually would throw a cat in the water in its cage at Bondi Beach. It's just horrendous. So hopefully we'll be able to get him a nice new home.
It's all right. There you are.
There we go, yeah.
I take that as the sound that he just doesn't want to leave us.
No, he doesn't.
We've bonded, haven't we, buddy? Huh?
Good boy. Yes. It's all right. Come on.
Come on. Do you think he's looking a little bit more round?
He is. He looks much better.
You've enjoyed the hospitality, haven't you? A little bit too much.
He's enjoyed it here. He's much more settled, though, than he was.
Okay, his chest sounds great. That's all fine.
Oh, good.
He's settled down though, hasn't he?
Oh, much better. You couldn't pat him before.
Maybe you've learned to love again, buddy.
Yeah.
Now, what do you reckon, Sarah? We can't send him home without a name.
No, we have to think of something.
I was thinking, and look, feel free to knock it on the
Say
head.
it's awful.
What about Huey, short for Houdini?
Oh, definitely. No, that
Houdini.
suits you, doesn't it?
Sort of.
You gonna be Houdini?
Houdini had the great underwater escape trick, didn't he?
I did too.
And I've got to say, little buddy, you probably rivaled it, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's obviously a very big day for our boy. He's been through a hell of a lot, and I guess he's put us through a little bit as well. But everyone around here is really grown to love him. He's almost like that naughty kid you have at school that you can't help but like. He dishes out a fair bit of punishment, but over time he's certainly mellowed, and he's learnt to trust us.
It's actually a very special day for you.
It is. You get to meet your new parents.
Well, hey!
It's a new start for you.
It's great.
He certainly needs a good home, a very caring home, a very understanding and very patient home. And certainly his foster carer, Julie, fits all those criteria. She's lovely, and I think the two of them will get on just fine.
Here we go. Good.
Is it a boy?
It is, yeah. So Julie met Huey. There you go, little buddy.
Aren't you beautiful?
He is very attractive.
He's very tall
I'm
too.
a bit biased, but he's a good looking cat.
Oh yeah, wow. Look at this. Very handsome.
It's really working out well. He's great.
I'm in love with him.
Already.
Yes, look at him. He's already
snuggling too.
He's such a beautiful boy.
You're already aware of his history, so
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
as I'm sure you would, just take that into account. He's going to be a little bit shy to start off with, and for us, it's great for him to go to such a great foster home.
Thank you, Chris. That's good confidence in me. I love that. He's going to be well loved. He'll have a lovely home
Yeah,
and very safe.
yeah.
I think he needs a bit of time to settle. I think he's been tortured and traumatised. But I think he's going to make a beautiful, loving cat for my household.
Time to go, little buddy. In fact, go now.
This is goodbye.
For Huey, nothing would make me happier if he was just to be able to go to this new home, live with his new foster carer, Julie, and just really make a fresh start. If he can put everything that happened before behind him, then the future looks great for him. There's no reason why he can't have a beautiful life and learn to love again.
That's great.
Okay, Julie.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch. I'll let you know his progress.
I'd love to know how he
Thank
goes.
you so much, and thank you.
You're
See you,
welcome.
Huey.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye. I'd like him to spend the remainder of his years in a relaxed, loving environment, one that he's sure of he's not going to get knocked about or mistreated. He's a good boy, that's right. Come and tell me all about it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen now to continue watching more great content.